The fluorescent lights hum in the hospital cafeteria. Always that hum, low and constant, like tinnitus you stop noticing until someone points it out. Dr. Elena Marsh wipes down tables in the staff break room. Fourth-year resident, Johns Hopkins graduate. Top scores in her trauma rotation. Cleaning tables at 6:47 in the morning. Her hands move in tight circles, methodical, efficient, no wasted motion. The cloth folds and refolds in her palm, hitting every corner, every edge. Hey, Marsh, you missed a spot. Dr. Brennan doesn't look up from his phone. He's younger than her by 3 years. Less experience, same rank, different last name, different everything. Elena doesn't respond. She wipes the spot he pointed at, moves to the next table. The rhythm doesn't break. Typical, someone mutters behind her. She knows the voice. Dr. Patel, chief resident, Princeton legacy admission. His father sits on the hospital board. His confidence was inherited, not earned. What is? Brennan asks. She doesn't talk much. Keeps to herself. No social media presence. 0 photos at the resident mixers. Patel drops his voice, but not enough. Never enough. I heard she's got some kind of issue. Antisocial personality disorder or something. Elena's hand pauses, just for a second, then continues. The table's clean. She moves to the next one. Brennan laughs, uncomfortable. She's just quiet, Nan. She's weird, Patel corrects. You notice she never takes pictures? Like ever? Someone tried to tag her on Instagram at the holiday party and she practically bolted. Elena finishes the last table. She folds the cloth into quarters. Precise edges. Her fingers brush the scar on her left wrist, thin and surgical, hidden under her watch band. She doesn't look at it, never does. The coffee maker gurgles in the corner. Someone's phone buzzes. The normal sounds of a hospital morning. She's learned to blend into them, become part of the background hum. She walks to the supply closet, drops the cloth in the hamper, closes the door. Behind her, the conversation continues. She doesn't listen, learned not to. The trauma bay is quieter at this hour. The night shift's winding down. Day shift hasn't fully ramped up yet. It's the in-between time, the breath between chaos. Marsh, restock the crash cart. Attending Dr. Voss doesn't wait for acknowledgement. She's already moving to the next task, the next resident, the next order, always moving. Elena respects that. She nods to no one, wheels the cart into the supply room. Epinephrine, atropine, amiodarone. Her hands move without thought, muscle memory deeper than medical school. She checks expiration dates by touch, doesn't need to read them twice. The weight of each vial tells her what she needs to know. Behind her, 2 nurses talk in low voices. They think she can't hear them. Or maybe they don't care. I'm just saying she's too calm, like unnaturally calm. Maybe she's just focused. Focused is one thing. She's like a robot. You see her in that MVA last week? Kid was screaming, mom was coding, and she didn't even flinch. She placed that IO line in like 10 seconds. Yeah, too fast, like she's done it 1,000 times. A pause. Where'd she do her undergrad again? I don't know, it's not on her LinkedIn. Elena's hand tightens on a saline bag. She breathes in through her nose, out through her mouth. 2 counts in, 4 counts out. An old rhythm, one she wishes she'd forgotten. She finishes restocking, rolls the cart back out. The nurses stop talking when she passes. She doesn't acknowledge them, doesn't need to. The day moves forward. Sutures, consults, discharge paperwork, the mundane machinery of medicine. She's good at it. Better than good. But no one notices. Or if they do, they attribute it to luck, to chance, to anything but skill. At 3 in the afternoon, a code comes in. Elderly man, cardiac arrest. The team scrambles. Elena's in the back, observing. Always observing. Dr. Patel's running it. He's confident, loud. Calls for epi, firdefib, for compressions. Everything by the book, everything correct, but the rhythm on the monitor's wrong. Elena sees it. A small irregularity, the kind you miss if you're not looking. He needs calcium, she says. Quiet, almost to herself. No one hears her. Charge to 200, Patel orders. He needs calcium, Elena repeats. Louder this time. Patel glances at her, irritated. We're following ACLS protocol, Marsh. He's hyperkalemic. Look at the T waves. We don't have labs back yet. You don't need labs. Look at the monitor. Patel's jaw tightens. But Dr. Voss steps closer, looks at the screen. Her eyes narrow. Give him calcium gluconate, Voss says. Patel hesitates, then nods. The nurse pushes it. 30 seconds later, the rhythm converts. Normal sinus. The man's pulse strengthens. Voss looks at Elena, doesn't say anything, doesn't need to. The tell doesn't look at her at all. At 7:58 in the evening, Elena sits in the locker room. End of shift. She unlaces her shoes slowly, deliberately. Her locker door hangs open. Inside, a single change of clothes, a toothbrush, a protein bar. No photos, no magnets, no personal items. On the inside of the door, barely visible, a small strip of duct tape holds a laminated card. It's folded in half. She doesn't open it. Hasn't in 6 months. Across the room, Dr. Brennan walks past with 2 other residents. Yo, Marsh, we're hitting Casey's for drinks. You coming? She shakes her head. Come on, just one. I'm good. You're always good, Patel mutters from behind Brennan. That's the problem. They leave. The door swings shut. The silence returns. Elena sits in it. The hum of the vents. The distant beep of a monitor down the hall. The sounds that never stop. She reaches into her locker. Not for the card, for the small, scratched carabiner clip attached to her keys. It's old, faded, military issue. The kind you don't buy in a store. She runs her thumb over the worn metal. Then closes the locker. Stands. Leaves. Behind her the card stays folded. On the outside in block letters, words she doesn't read anymore. Words that used to define her. Words she spent years trying to forget. The call comes at 2:34 in the morning. Elena's in the resident's sleep room, but she's not sleeping. Never does on night shifts. Just lies there, eyes open, watching the ceiling tiles, counting the water stains. 17. There are 17. The intercom crackles. Incoming trauma. GSW to the abdomen, ETA 3 minutes. She's up before the second sentence finishes. Shoes on. Moving. The trauma bay's already lit. Nurses prepping. Equipment laid out. Dr. Voss is there, gloved and gowned. Elena scrubs in beside her. You look awake, Voss observes. I am. Most residents look like zombies at this hour. Elena doesn't respond. She dries her hands. Gloves on. The familiar snap of latex. The doors burst open. Paramedics wheel in the gurney fast. A young man, maybe 22, pale, sweating. His shirt's soaked red. GSW to the right upper quadrant. Hypotensive. IV, GCS 14. We've got 2 large bores running. Elena's eyes go to his net first. Carotid pulse. Thready but present. Respiratory rate climbing. Skin cool and clammy. Her hands move before she thinks, palpating the abdomen. Firm. Distended. Rebound tenderness. He's bleeding into the peritoneum, she says. Voss nods. Get a fast exam. The ultrasound comes. Elena takes the probe. Her movements are precise, practiced. The screen shows free fluid. Dark. Lots of it. He needs surgery now, Elena says. Call VOR. Tell them we're coming up. Voss looks at Elena. You're scrubbing in. They move fast. The patient's pressure drops. 88/54. Then 80/50. Elena's pulse doesn't spike. It slows. 2 beats. Then 3. An old reflex. The memory hits without warning. Sand. Heat. The smell of burning diesel. A Humvee on its side. Smoke pouring out. Someone screaming. She's running. Rifle across her back. Medkit in hand. The world's too bright. Too loud. She reaches the vehicle. A man's pinned inside. Bleeding from the abdomen. She can see the entry wound. She can see too much. Her hands move. Tourniquet. Packing. Pressure. Stay with me, she's saying. Stay with me. His eyes are open. He's trying to talk. She can't hear him over the gunfire. Marsh. Elena blinks. She's back. Trauma bay. Fluorescent lights. No sand. No smoke. Voss is staring at her. You good? Yes. You sure? You went somewhere. I'm fine. Voss holds her gaze for a moment, then nods. Let's move. They wheel the patient toward the elevator. Elena's hands are steady, but inside, her heart's still in that desert. Still hearing the rotors. Still smelling the blood. The surgery takes 4 hours. Liver laceration. Vascular injury. They repair what they can. The patient stabilizes. When they're done, Voss strips off her gloves. Looks at Elena across the table. You've done this before. Elena freezes. Done what? Abdominal GSW repair. Your hands knew exactly where to go. I trained well. No. Voss steps closer. Training makes you competent. You moved like you've seen this injury 50 times. Elena doesn't answer. When'd you do your rotations before Hopkins? County Hospital, high trauma volume. Which county? Elena meets her eyes. Does it matter? He's alive. Voss studies her. Then nods slowly. Yeah, he is. but the question hangs in the air between them. At 7:15, Elena's in the locker room, changing. Her hands smell like iodine and blood. She washes them twice, then a third time. The door opens. Kim, the nurse from earlier, steps in. "Hell of a case," Kim says. Elena nods. "You were good in there. Real good." Kim pauses. "I worked with a combat medic once. Army. Iraq. Guy could start a line in the dark, under fire, no light." She's watching Elena carefully. "You remind me of him." Elena's jaw tightens. "I'm just a resident." "Yeah, a resident who doesn't flinch at GSWs, who moves like she's done this in worse conditions." Kim's voice is gentle, not accusing, just observant. "It's okay, whatever you did before." Elena closes her locker. "I need to go. I looked you up," Kim says quietly. Elena stops. There's nothing. No undergrad info. No social media. No history before Hopkins. Kim steps closer. "People leave footprints. You didn't. That takes effort. Or I value privacy. Privacy's one thing. You're erased." Kim's eyes are kind. "I'm not trying to expose you. I just want you to know someone sees you." Elena's throat tightens. He doesn't trust her voice. Kim nods. "Get some rest, Doc." She leaves. Elena stands alone. Her reflection stares back from the mirror mounted inside her locker door. She barely recognizes herself sometimes. The woman looking back is softer, quieter, not the person she used to be. She reaches for the folded card. Her fingers hover over it. Then she pulls back, closes the locker, walks out. At 8:30, she's in her apartment. Small, bare, one chair, one table, a futon against the wall. No pictures, no books, nothing that can't fit in the duffel bag sitting in the corner. It's always half-packed, always ready. She doesn't unpack anymore, learned not to. She sits on the floor, back against the wall, the cards in her hand now. She unfolds it slowly. Inside, a photo. 5 soldiers in desert fatigues, dust on their faces. They're smiling. Elena's in the middle, her arm around a man with a shaved head and a crooked grin. His name tape reads, Collins. She stares at the photo. Her thumb traces his face. He was 24. Talked about his daughter constantly. Carried her picture in his helmet. He didn't make it home. Elena folds the card again, carefully, puts it in her pocket. She stands, looks at the duffel bag. Not yet, but soon. It's always soon. She grabs her keys. The carabiner clinks against them. Worn metal, faded green, standard issue. A piece of a life she's trying to leave behind, but it follows her anyway. In her hands. In her reflexes. In the way she never panics when everyone else does. She walks out, locks the door. Behind her, the apartment sits empty, waiting, like it always does. The call comes during afternoon rounds. Mass casualty event. Structural collapse downtown. Multiple inbound. All hands on deck. The intercom's frantic. Voices overlapping. Static breaking through. The trauma bay erupts. Residents scrambling. Nurses prepping beds. Attendings shouting orders. Organized chaos. The kind Elena's seen before. She's in the hallway when she hears it. Doesn't hesitate. Moves toward the bay. Dr. Patel's already there. Gloved up. Looking confident. Ready to lead. "All right, people. Let's stay calm. Follow protocol. We've trained for this." The first ambulance arrives. Doors slam open. A construction worker on a gurney. Rebar through his chest. Conscious, screaming. His eyes wild with panic. Second ambulance. A teenager. Crush injury. Pelvis shattered. Blood pressure dropping fast. Third ambulance. Elena's eyes lock on it. A child. Maybe 8 years old. Not moving. Covered in dust and concrete powder. The paramedics doing compressions. Fast. Desperate. Downtime 5 minutes. No pulse. Asystole. Patel moves toward the child. Elena's faster. She's at the gurney before he takes 2 steps. "Marsh, I've got this." She doesn't hear him. Her hands go to the child's neck. No pulse. Chest. She can feel the rib fractures. Flail segment. "Left side. Tension pneumothorax," she says. "We need to establish an airway first," Patel counters. "He needs decompression now, or the airway won't matter." "Marsh, step back. That's an order." Elena doesn't move. Her eyes stay on the child. Pale lips. Cyanotic. Jugular veins distended. 30 seconds, maybe less. "I need a 14-gauge needle." "Marsh, now." A nurse hands it to her. No questions. Elena takes it. Her hand goes to the child's chest. Second intercostal space. Midclavicular line. Left side. The needle goes in. Clean. Fast. Precise. There's resistance. Then a pop. Air hisses out. Loud. Unmistakable. The child's. Led's chest rises. The monitor beeps. Once. Twice. A pulse. Weak. Thready. But there. Get me an airway kit, Elena says. Her voice is calm. Flat. Like she's ordering coffee. Prep the OR. He's got internal bleeding. Probable splenic rupture. Patel stares at her, his mouth open. He was dying. Elena looks up, meets his eyes. You had 30 seconds, maybe less. Dr. Voss steps into the bay. She looks at the monitor, at the child, at Elena. Who gave the order for needle decompression? Silence. I did, Elena says. You're a second-year resident. He was dying. Voss stares at her. The room's watching now. Everyone's stopped. The noise fades into background. Secure the airway, Voss says finally. Get him to CT, then OR. She looks at Patel. You're scrubbing in. Patel nods. His face is red, jaw tight. Elena steps back. Her hands drop to her sides. They're not shaking. They never do. The rest of the shift blurs. More patients, more injuries, fractures, lacerations, burns. A machinery of mass casualty. Elena moves through it like water. Smooth, efficient, no wasted motion. At 6:30, the last patient's stabilized. The bay starts to quiet. Residents peeling off gloves. Nurses restocking. The adrenaline draining away. Elena walks toward the locker room. Behind her, footsteps. Marsh. She stops, turns. Kim, the nurse, she's holding a tablet. That thing you did in there. Kim's voice is quiet. That wasn't your first time. Elena doesn't answer. I've been a trauma nurse for 18 years. I've seen hundreds of residents. None of them move like you. Kim steps closer. So I looked deeper. Elena's pulse ticks up, just slightly. There's nothing on you before Hopkins. No Facebook, no Instagram, no LinkedIn history, no college photos. Kim's eyes are steady. It's like you didn't exist before 3 years ago. People have a right to privacy. They do, Kim agrees. But you're not private. You're hidden. There's a difference. Elena turns to leave. I know what a combat medic looks like, Kim says. Elena stops, doesn't turn around. Her hand goes to the carabiner on her belt loop, touches it. Old habit. I'm not a medic. No, Kim says quietly. You're something else. Elena walks away, down the hall, around the corner, out of sight. Kim watches her go. Then she pulls out her phone, scrolls through her contacts, finds a name, dials. It rings 3 times. Hey, it's Kim Chen. I need a favor. She pauses. I need you to run a deeper background check on one of our residents, Elena Marsh, 4th year. Another pause. Yeah, I know it's irregular. Just trust me on this. She hangs up, stares down the empty hallway. Something's not adding up, and Kim's spent too many years in trauma not to trust her instincts. At 7:45, Elena's in her apartment, sitting on the floor, back against the wall, the photos in her hand. 5 soldiers, desert, dust, smiles that don't reach their eyes. Collins is beside her, arm around her shoulder. He's laughing at something someone said off camera. She remembers that day. They'd just finished a 72-hour rotation. No sleep, no breaks, just casualties, one after another. Collins had made a joke, something stupid, something that shouldn't have been funny. But they'd all laughed anyway, because the alternative was breaking down. She folds the photo, puts it back in her pocket. Her phone buzzes. A text from an unknown number. We need to talk. Meet me at Morrison's Coffee, tomorrow, 8 a.m. Come alone. No signature. Gnitre. Elena stares at the message. Her jaw tightens. She deletes it. Then she stands, walks to the duffel bag in the corner, starts packing. Not everything, just the essentials. Documents, cash, 1 change of clothes. She's done this before, in different cities, different hospitals, different lives. Stay until someone gets too close, then move. It's worked for 3 years. It'll work again. She zips the bag, sets it by the door. Then she sits back down, closes her eyes, and for the first time in months, she lets herself remember. The heat, the sand, the sound of mortars. Collins bleeding out in her arms, her hands covered in his blood. His last words. She opens her eyes. The apartment's quiet, empty, like always. She picks up her keys. The carabiner swings. Tomorrow, she'll decide. Stay or run. It's always the same choice. And she always picks wrong. Elena is at the lobby coffee cart when it happens. 11:42 in the morning. Her usual break. Black coffee. No sugar. Same routine for 3 years. She's stirring when the automatic doors slide open behind her. Boots on tile. Heavy. Deliberate. Military cadence. She knows that sound. Her hand tightens on the cup. Holy shit. The voice cuts through the lobby noise. Low. Stunned. Disbelieving. Elena doesn't turn around. Doesn't move. Every muscle in her body locks. Elena? She sets the coffee down. Slowly. Her hands steady, but her pulse isn't. She turns. The man's staring at her. Tall, buzz cut going gray at the temples. Tan uniform under a field jacket. Sergeant First Class insignia on his collar. David Ortiz, 3rd Ranger Battalion. She served with him for 4 years. He was there for all of it. Ramadi, Kandahar. The incident that ended everything. Marsh. He takes a step closer. Jesus Christ, it is you. People are starting to look. A nurse slows her walk. An orderly glances over. Elena's throat tightens. You have the wrong person. Bullshit. Ortiz's voice drops, but stays firm. I know your face. I know that scar. He points at her left wrist. Her hand moves instinctively to cover it. Too late. Ramadi, 2016. You took shrapnel, pulling Collins out of that Humvee. The name hits like a fist. She forces herself not to react. I don't know what you're talking about. Elena Marsh, Staff Sergeant, 75th Ranger Regiment. You were our medic for 4 years. His eyes search her face. You saved my life. Twice. A nurse nearby stops completely, pulls out her phone. Dr. Brennan's passing through with a chart. He slows, listens. Elena's pulse climbs. For the first time in years, she feels it. The hammering. The pressure behind her eyes. You're mistaken, she says. Her voice is harder now, controlled. I'm not. Ortiz softens. Elena, we all thought you were dead. Or worse. You disappeared after the inquiry. No one could find you. He pauses. Why are you here? Why didn't you tell anyone? Tell them what? That you're a damn hero. The word hangs in the air. More people are stopping now. Phones out. Recording. Ortiz reaches into his jacket, pulls out his phone, swipes, holds it up. A photo. 5 soldiers. Desert fatigues. Weapons. Dust on their faces. Elena's in the middle. Younger. Harder. Her arm around Collins. Still think I'm mistaken? Elena doesn't look at the photo. She looks at him. I'm a resident. That's all. You held a defensive perimeter for 40 minutes with nothing but a sidearm and a med kit while we waited for CASVAC. His voice rises. You saved 15 lives. In one engagement, you earned a Silver Star. The lobby goes quiet. Dr. Brennan's staring. His phone's out, searching. A security guard steps closer, uncertain. Elena's jaw tightens. I need to go. Ortiz grabs her arm, gently, but firm. Elena, why are you hiding? She pulls free, looks him in the eye. Because I'm done. That person doesn't exist anymore. She does. She's standing right in front of me. Elena turns, walks away. Fast. Not running, but close. Ortiz doesn't follow, just stands there, watching. Behind him, Brennan's already scrolling. His face goes pale. Holy shit, he whispers. On his screen, a news article. Old, archived. The headline reads, Female Ranger Qualified Medic earns Silver Star after holding position under fire. Below it, a photo. Younger, in uniform, but unmistakably Elena. Brennan looks up, toward the hallway where she disappeared. What the hell? Elena's in a stairwell, 3rd floor, sitting on the steps, head in her hands. Her heart's racing, her breathing's uneven. She forces it down. 2 counts in, 4 counts out. Control. She's built everything on control. The door above her opens. Footsteps descending. Dr. Voss. Elena doesn't look up. Marsh. Silence. Is it true? Elena's hands drop. She stares at the concrete steps. Yes. Voss exhales, sits down beside her. Why didn't you tell anyone? Because it doesn't matter. It matters. Not to me. Elena's voice is tight. I did my time. I earned my degree. I passed my boards. Everything else is irrelevant. Irrelevant? Voss's voice rises. You have combat experience that could save lives here, that could teach. I had combat experience that took lives. Elena looks at her. I'm not that person anymore. Voss stares. You can't just erase who you were. Watch me. Elena stands, walks down the stairs, away. Voss doesn't follow, just sits there, processing. At 1:15, the hospital's buzzing. Word spreads fast. Residents whispering. Nurses sharing links. Security reviewing lobby footage. Elena's in the locker room, changing into street clothes. Her movements are mechanical, efficient. The door opens. Kim. So it's true. Elena doesn't answer, just pulls on her jacket. Elena Marsh, Silver Star recipient, 75th Rangers. Kim's voice is gentle. You weren't just a medic. You were Ranger qualified. One of 6 women to ever do it. I need to leave. Running won't fix this. It's worked for 3 years. Kim steps closer. Has it? Or have you just been hiding? Elena's hand grips the locker door, her knuckles white. I can't be that person here. Why not? Because that person failed. Elena's voice cracks. Just barely. That person watched her team die. That person couldn't save the one man who mattered most. Kim's quiet for a moment. Collins. Elena's eyes snap to her. How do you? I made some calls. Found someone who knew someone. Kim's expression is kind. He didn't die because you failed. He died because war is hell. I was his medic. It was my job. You held him together for 30 minutes. No one else could have done that. Elena closes the locker. I have to go. She walks out. Kim doesn't stop her. Outside, the parking lot's bright. Too bright. Elena squints against the sun. Her car's at the far end. She's halfway there when she sees them. 2 men. Suits. Federal agents. Standing by a black SUV. One of them sees her. Nods. They start walking toward her. Elena stops. Her hand goes to her keys. The carabiner. She could run. Get in the car. Drive. She's done it before, but something stops her. The taller agent reaches her first, holds up a badge. FBI. Dr. Marsh, we need to talk. Elena's throat's dry. About what? About why a decorated combat veteran with a silver star is working under a partial identity. He pauses. And about why someone's been asking questions about you. Elena's pulse spikes. Who? We don't know yet, but they're good, professional. The agent's eyes are serious. We think you might be in danger. Elena stares at him. I'm not in witness protection. No, but maybe you should be. The second agent steps forward. We've been monitoring your file since you left the service. Standard protocol for personnel with your clearance level. She's younger, sharp eyes. Someone accessed your sealed records 2 days ago. We don't know who. We don't know why. Elena's mind races. What do you want from me? Cooperation and answers. The first agent gestures to the SUV. Please, just hear us out. Elena looks back at the hospital. People are at the windows, watching. She looks at the agents, then at her car. She's always run before, always. But this time, something's different. This time they found her anyway. She nods. Okay. The FBI interview lasts 40 minutes. Small conference room. 3rd floor. 2 agents. Elena sits across from them, hands folded on the table. Your service record is impressive, the older agent says. His name's Morrison, 20 years in the Bureau. Elena can tell by the way he carries himself. 4 years, 75th Rangers, combat medic, Silver Star. Why hide it? I wasn't hiding, I was moving on. There's a difference between moving on and erasing your identity. Elena doesn't respond. The younger agent, Torres, leans forward. Someone accessed your sealed military records 48 hours ago. High-level clearance. Whoever it was knew exactly what they were looking for. Who? We don't know yet. The access was routed through multiple secure channels. Torres slides a folder across the table. But we know they were looking at your service in Ramadi, specifically the incident involving Sergeant Ryan Collins. Elena's jaw tightens. That was investigated. I was cleared. You were, but someone's interested. Morrison's voice is careful. Do you know why? No. Any enemies from your service? Anyone with a grudge? Elena thinks. Names, faces, missions. No one who'd come after me years later. Torres exchanges a glance with Morrison. We'd like to place you under protective observation, just until we. The lights flicker. Then the fire alarm screams. All three of them stand. Morrison's already on his radio. What's happening? Static. Then a voice. Structural fire. Lower levels. Multiple patients need immediate evacuation. Elena's moving before they finish. Out the door, down the hall. Dr. Marsh, wait. She doesn't. The stairwell's filling with smoke. Not thick yet, but enough. People streaming up, panicked, coughing. Elena pushes down, against the flow. Ma'am, you need to go up. She ignores them. Hits the second floor. The smoke's heavier here. Gray. Acrid. The trauma bay's ahead. Doors open. Patients inside. Too many can't move on their own. Dr. Patel's there. 2 nurses. They're trying to move beds. We need more hands, Patel shouts. Elena's beside him in seconds. How many patients? 8. 3 are intubated. 2 are post-op. Can't be moved without support. Where's Voss? Coordinating upstairs. We're on our own. Elena scans the room. Prioritizes. Get the ambulatory ones out first. I'll handle the intubated patients. You can't move them alone. I'm not asking. She moves to the first bed. Young woman, intubated, ventilator beeping. Elena disconnects it, switches to a bag valve mask, starts bagging. One hand on the bed rail, pushing. The bed's heavy, but she's moved heavier. In worse conditions. Patel stares, then moves, starts pushing another bed. The smoke's thicker now. Elena's eyes water. She doesn't stop. Down the hall, toward the east stairwell. Behind her, a sound, low, rhythmic, growing louder. Rotors. She knows that sound. Everyone stops, looks up. Through the smoke-darkened windows, lights appear. Red, white, descending. A Black Hawk. Landing in the hospital parking lot. What the hell? Patel breathes. The side door opens before the rotors stop spinning. A man steps out. Army uniform. Stars on his shoulders. General. Behind him 4 soldiers. Rangers. Full gear. They move like water. Fast. Coordinated. Into the building. Elena's still bagging the patient when they reach her floor. The lead ranger sees her. Stops. His eyes widen behind his visor. Marsh? She doesn't look at him. Keeps bagging. Help me move these beds. He doesn't hesitate. Gestures to his team. They spread out. Each takes a bed, moving with practiced efficiency. The general appears, walks straight to Elena. Staff Sergeant Marsh. She looks up. Her hands don't stop. I'm not active duty. You are as of 20 minutes ago. He hands her a document. Official. Sealed. Emergency recall. Individual ready reserve activation. Elena's breath catches. I have 16 months left on IRR. This isn't it. It's legal. It's necessary. And it's happening. His voice is steel. We have a situation. Baghdad. Embassy compound under siege. 12 hostages. 3 critically wounded. He pauses. They'll only allow 1 medic in. Someone they think is part of a prisoner exchange. I'm not it. You speak Arabic. You have ranger training. You've worked hostage medical before. He leans closer. And you're off the grid. No current public profile. That makes you perfect. Elena stares at him. I'm done with that life. After tonight, you will be. This satisfies your IRR obligation. Full discharge. Clean slate. His eyes are hard. But right now, 3 Americans are bleeding out and you're the only one who can reach them. Patel's listening. His face pale. She's a resident. You can't just... The general doesn't look at him. Federal conscription supersedes hospital employment. Voss appears through the smoke. Takes in the scene. The soldiers. The general. Elena. What's happening? The general hands her a folder. She opens it. Her face goes white. This is a military requisition order. Yes, ma'am. Dr. Marsh is being recalled to active duty. Effective immediately. Voss looks at Elena. Is this real? Elena nods. Slowly. How long? 48 hours. The general says. Maybe less. Voss's jaw tightens. She looks at Elena. Really looks at her. Come back. Elena's throat tightens. I will. The general gestures to the helicopter. We leave in 5. Elena hands the bag valve mask to a nurse, turns to Patel. Get them out, all of them. Where are you going? She doesn't answer, just follows the general. Ortiz is waiting by the helicopter. He salutes when he sees her. She doesn't return it, just nods. Good to have you back, Sergeant. I'm not back, I'm borrowed. Good enough, she boards. The interior's familiar, too familiar, tactical. Cal seating, medical equipment, the smell of metal and fuel. The door closes. The rotors spin up. Through the window, she sees the hospital. People watching from windows. Brennan, Patel, Kim, all staring. Voss stands in the parking lot, arms crossed, face unreadable. The helicopter lifts. Elena closes her eyes. 2 counts in, 4 counts out. The rhythm comes back like it never left. Ortiz hands her a tactical vest, medical kit, sidearm. Just like old times, Elena takes them. Her hands know the weight, the balance, muscle memory. She straps the vest on, checks the kit. Everything's there. Tourniquets, combat gauze, chest seals, the tools of her old life. The general sits across from her. You'll go in as a Red Cross volunteer. No weapons visible, just the med kit. And if they search me, you convince them you're there to help. That's what you do best. Elena looks out the window. The city's falling away below. Lights blinking on as dusk settles. What happened to the others? She asks quietly. After I left, Ortiz answers. Martinez retired, bought a bar in Austin. Thompson's still active, made master sergeant. And Collins's family? Silence. His daughter just turned 9, Ortiz says softly. His wife remarried. Good guy. Firefighter. Elena nods. Her hand goes to her pocket. The photo's there. Always there. He didn't blame you, Ortiz adds. None of us did. I blamed me. We know. The helicopter banks, heading east. Toward the transport waiting at the airbase. Toward Baghdad. Toward the life Elena thought she'd left behind. She looks at her hands. Steady. Ready. She's not the person she was 3 years ago. But maybe that person isn't gone. Just sleeping. And now she's waking up. The flight takes 14 hours. Elena doesn't sleep. Just sits. Stares at the bulkhead. The transport plane's loud. Cold. Familiar in ways she wishes it weren't. Ortiz sits beside her, cleaning his rifle. Old ritual. You don't have to do this, he says. Yes, I do. The general gave you an out. You could have refused. And let 3 people die? Elena shakes her head. That's not who I am. It's not who you were, but you left. You built something new. Elena's quiet for a moment. I tried, but it followed me anyway. What did? The weight. She looks at her hands. Every person I couldn't save. Every decision I got wrong. Collins. Ortiz stops cleaning. You held him for 30 minutes. Femoral artery severed. No surgeon could have saved him in those conditions. I should have been faster. You were perfect. He knew it. Told me before he went unconscious. Ortiz's voice is steady. He said you were the best medic he'd ever seen. Said if anyone could get him home, it was you. Elena's throat tightens. I didn't get him home. You got 15 others home, that day alone. Ortiz leans forward. You can't save everyone, Elena. No one can. But you saved more than anyone had a right to expect. She doesn't respond, just looks away. The plane descends 3 hours later. Baghdad International, military section. The heat hits the moment the cargo door opens. Dry, overwhelming. Elena steps onto the tarmac. The sun's setting. Orange and red across the horizon. She's back. A Humvee's waiting. They drive through checkpoints, barricades, armed guards. The city's changed since she was last here, but the tension hasn't. It hangs in the air like humidity. The compound's fortified, concrete walls, guard towers, razor wire. Inside a command center, maps, monitors, 24 personnel coordinating. Ordinating. The general's already there. He sees Elena, nods. Hostages are in the East Wing. Insurgents are demanding a prisoner exchange. We're telling them you're part of it. What prisoner? One we don't have, but they don't know that yet. He pulls up surveillance footage. Grainy, black and white. 3 hostages are critical. 2 men, 1 woman. Gunshot wounds. No medical care for 36 hours. Elena studies the screen. The woman's on the floor, not moving. abdominal wound. She can see the blood pooled beneath her. How long do I have? 30 minutes, maybe less. After that, we breach. Breach means everyone dies, which is why you're going in first. Elena nods. She strips off her tactical vest, puts on a Red Cross vest. Plain, no armor, just fabric and hope. Ortiz hands her the med kit. Stay smart, stay alive. Always do. Liar. She almost smiles. Almost. The Humvee takes her to the perimeter. Insurgents are visible on the walls, armed, watching. Elena steps out, hands visible, med kit in one hand, the other raised. A man approaches, rifle slung, hard eyes. He speaks in Arabic. You're the medic? Yes. You have 20 minutes. I need an hour. He laughs. 20 minutes. Elena doesn't argue, just walks toward the building. Her heart steady, breathing controlled. 2 counts in, 4 counts out. Inside, the air's stale. Blood, sweat, fear. Smells she knows too well. The hostages are in the main hall. 12 people, sitting. Hands bound, eyes hollow. 3 are on the floor, not moving. Elena kneels beside the first. Male, early 30s, gunshot to the thigh. Femoral area, the wounds packed but poorly. Bleeding's controlled but he's pale, shocky. She repacks it. Tight, proper. Starts an IV saline. His eyes flutter open. Am I gonna die? Not today. She moves to the second, older, 50s, chest wound, breathing's labored. Decreased breath sounds on the right. Tension pneumothorax. No needle, no chest tube. She improvises, finds a pen, sterilizes it with alcohol from her kit, makes an incision, uses the pen barrel as a makeshift catheter. Air hisses out. His breathing eases. The third hostage, the woman. Elena stops. The wounds worse than the surveillance showed. Abdominal, through and through. Intestinal damage, internal bleeding. She's unconscious, pulse thready. Elena packs the wound, as tight as she can, starts 2 IVs, pushes fluids. It's not enough. It's never enough. But it's something. The woman's eyes open, barely. Am I dying? Elena doesn't lie. She never does. Not if I can help it. The woman tries to smile, can't quite manage it. Thank you. Elena keeps pressure on the wound. Her hands remember this, the weight, the warmth of blood, the desperation. She's done this 100 times, in deserts, in villages, and the back of Humvees under fire. But it never gets easier. What's your name? Elena asks. Sarah Mitchell. How old are you, Sarah? 26. Same age Collins was. Elena's jaw tightens. She pushes the thought away. Focuses, pressure, fluids, airway. Outside, gunfire, distant, then closer. The door explodes inward. Rangers flood in. Fast, controlled, weapons up. Ortiz first. He sees Elena, covered in blood, hands still on the wound. Time's up. We're leaving. She's not stable. She will be. Let's go. Elena looks at Sarah, at the wound, at her hands holding pressure. If she lets go now, Sarah dies. If she stays, they all die. She makes the call, lifts her hands. A ranger takes over. Pressure. Field dressing. Combat carry. Ortiz pulls Elena up. Move. They run. Gunfire behind them. Shouting. Chaos. The Humvee's waiting. They pile in. Doors slam. The vehicle lurches forward. Elena's on the floor, still holding Sarah's hand. The ranger's still applying pressure. Stay with me, Sarah. Sarah's eyes are closing. I'm tired. I know. But not yet. Stay with me. The compound gates. Through. Clear. A medevac helicopter's waiting. Rotors spinning. They load Sarah first, then the others. Elena climbs in. Still won't let go. The helicopter lifts, banking hard. Away. Inside, the flight medic takes over. Elena finally steps back. Her hands are shaking now. Just slightly. Ortiz sees it. Says nothing. The helicopter lands at the military hospital. Surgical teams waiting. They take Sarah straight to the OR. Elena watches them disappear through the doors. Then she sits, right there on the ground, back against the wall. Ortiz sits beside her. You did good. Elena doesn't answer, just stares at her hands, still covered in blood. Collins would be proud, Ortiz says quietly. Elena's eyes close. He'd be alive if I'd been better. He'd be dead 3 minutes earlier if you'd been anyone else. Ortiz's voice is firm. You gave him 30 minutes he wouldn't have had. You gave his family a chance to say goodbye. That matters. Does it? Yes. Silence. Just the distant sound of rotors. Voices. The machinery of a military hospital. Finally, Elena speaks. I can't keep doing this. I know. I mean it this time. I know. She looks at him. Do you? Ortiz nods. You're not meant for war, Elena. You never were. You're meant to save people. In hospitals, in peace. He pauses. But sometimes the war finds you anyway. And when it does, you show up. Because that's who you are. Elena's quiet, processing. Sarah's going to make it. Ortiz adds. The others too. Because of you. And the next time? There won't be a next time. Your IRR obligations fulfilled. You're free. Elena looks at her hands again. Turns them over. Blood in the creases. Under her nails. Some stains don't wash out. But maybe they don't have to. Maybe you just learn to carry them. She stands. I need to clean up. Then what? Then I go home. To the hospital? Elena nods. Yeah, to the hospital. Ortiz stands too. Salutes. This time Elena returns it. One last time. Then she walks away. Toward the barracks. Toward a shower. Toward the end of one life and the return to another. Behind her, the sun rises over Baghdad. She doesn't look back. Elena returns 3 days later. Morning shift. 7:15. She walks through the hospital entrance. In scrubs and sneakers. Same as before. But everything's different. People stop. Stare. Not with judgment anymore. With something else. A nurse nods. Respectful. Deliberate. A resident steps aside in the hallway. Makes room. Dr. Brennan's at the nurse's station. He sees her. Walks over. Fast. Marsh. She nods. Braces for whatever's coming. He stops in front of her. Hesitates. Then extends his hand. I owe you an apology. Elena blinks. Takes his hand. For what? For treating you like you didn't belong. For assuming you were just quiet because you had nothing to say. He pauses. You belonged here more than any of us. You still do. She doesn't know what to say, so she says nothing. Brennan hands her a chart. Voss wants to see you. Her office. Now, Elena takes it. Nods. Walks toward the elevator. Behind her, Brennan watches. Then pulls out his phone. Types. As something. Sends it. Within seconds, the group chat lights up. She's back. Voss's office is on the 4th floor. Doors open. She's behind her desk. Looks up when Elena enters. Close the door. Elena does. Sits. Voss studies her. You look tired. I am. The Pentagon called me, personally. Thanked me for loaning you. Voss's voice is dry. Apparently you saved 3 hostages. One of them's a senator's daughter. I didn't know that. Would it have mattered? No, Voss nods. Slides a folder across the desk. This is a new contract. Attending position. Trauma surgery. Full faculty status. You'd be teaching residents. Leading the new advanced trauma program. Elena opens the folder. Scans it. The salary's triple what she makes now. The title's significant. The responsibility's enormous. I'm not a teacher. You are. You just don't know it yet. Voss leans forward. Elena, you have skills this hospital needs. Skills most attendings will never have. Combat experience. High-pressure decision-making. The ability to stay calm when everyone else is falling apart. I also have baggage. Everyone does. Yours just comes with medals. Elena looks at the contract. At the signature line. I need time. Take what you need, but know this. Voss's voice softens. You don't have to hide anymore. Not here, not from us. Elena's throat tightens. She nods. Stands. Thank you. She leaves, folder in hand. The trauma bay's busy. Mid-morning rush. 2 residents managing a laceration. Another doing an ultrasound. Dr. Patel's at the central desk, writing notes. He sees Elena. Stops. She walks over, waits. He sets down his pen, looks at her. I was wrong. Elena says nothing. I judged you. I dismissed you. I was an ass. His voice is flat. No excuses. Just fact. I'd like to learn from you, if you'll let me. Elena studies him. Sees something different. Humility. Genuine humility. Okay, relief crosses his face. Thank you. But you have to earn it. I know. She nods. Turns to leave. Marsh. She stops. For what it's worth, I'm glad you're back. She almost smiles. Me too. The day moved forward. Consults, procedures, the rhythm of hospital life. But the whispers follow her. Respectful now, curious. At 2:30, an MVA comes in. 3 patients, 1 critical. Chest trauma, flail chest, respiratory distress. Elena's there before the attending. Hands on the patient. Assessing. Tension pneumo, left side. I need a 14 gauge. A nurse hands it to her. No hesitation. No question. The needle goes in. Pop. Air release. The patient's breathing eases. Patel's watching. Takes notes. Actual notes. Why left side? He asks. Decreased breath sounds, tracheal deviation, JVD. Elena lists them. Clinical, clear. You have maybe 60 seconds to catch it before they arrest. How did you see it so fast? Practice. How much practice? Elena looks at him. More than I wanted. Patel nods. Doesn't push. The patient stabilizes, goes to CT. Elena strips off her gloves. Kim's nearby, smiling. Nice work. Just doing my job. No, you're doing it better than anyone else here. Kim hands her a coffee. Welcome back. Elena takes it. Black, no sugar. Thanks. You staying this time? Elena looks around. At the bay. At the residents learning. At the patients being saved. Yeah, I think so. 1 week later, the hospital holds a staff meeting. Conference room, packed. Dr. Raymond stands at the front. Program director. He clears his throat. We're implementing a new program. Advanced trauma training. Mandatory for all residents. He pauses. It'll be taught by our newest attending, Dr. Elena Marsh. Applause. Genuine, loud. Elena's in the back. She stands, nods. Awkward but present. Brennan's clapping. So is Patel. Even Voss is smiling. Raymond continues. Dr. Marsh brings a unique skill set. Combat medical experience. High-pressure decision-making. We're lucky to have her. More applause. Elena sits back down. Her hands are steady, calm, still hers, but different now. Not hiding, not running, present. After the meeting, residents approach her. Questions, eagerness. She answers them. Patient, clear. Patel lingers. I signed up for your first training session. It'll be hard. Good, I need hard. Elena nods. 7 a.m., Trauma Bay. Don't be late. Yes, ma'am. He walks away. Elena watches him go. Growth, actual growth. Kim appears beside her. You're good at this. At what? Teaching, leading, being present. Kim smiles. You were always good at saving people. Now you're teaching others how to do it too. Elena's quiet, processing. I'm still figuring it out. We all are. But you're doing it here. With us. That's what matters. 2 weeks pass. The training program launches. Elena runs it like a field exercise. Intense, realistic. No room for hesitation. The residents struggle at first, then adapt, then excel. Patel's the most improved. He watches her, learns, applies. No ego, just effort. One night after a long shift, he approaches her. Can I ask you something? Go ahead. How do you stay calm when everything's falling apart? Elena thinks. You accept that you can't control the chaos, only your response to it. That's it? That's it. The chaos doesn't care about your fear. The patient doesn't have time for it. So you let it go. Focus on the next step, then the next, until it's done. Patel nods slowly. I'm going to try that. Good. He starts to leave, stops. Thank you for giving me a chance. You earned it. Did I? You're here. You're learning. That's enough. He smiles, leaves. Elena sits in the empty bay, quiet. The hum of machines, the distant beep of monitors. It's peaceful. For the first time in years, it's peaceful. She pulls out her phone, opens her photos. There's more than one now. The trauma team. After a successful code, she's in the back, not smiling, but there. A photo from the training session. Residents gathered around a simulation dummy, focused, engaged. And the old photo. 5 soldiers, desert, dust. Collins beside her. She looks at all 3. Past, present, future. They're all part of her now. Not separate, not hidden, integrated. She closes the phone, stands. Tomorrow, another shift. Another chance to teach, to save, to be present. She's ready. For the first time in years, she's ready. She walks out of the bay. Down the hall, toward the exit. Behind her, the hospital hums. Alive, just like her. 6 months later, Elena sits on a bench in the hospital courtyard. Coffee in hand, 7:32 in the morning. The sun's rising, warm, golden, quiet. She's not alone. A young resident sits beside her. First year, nervous energy. Her name's Jordan, 26, eager to prove herself. Dr. Marsh? Elena glances over. Yeah? I just wanted to say thank you. For the training yesterday. I used your tourniquet technique last night. Saved a construction worker's life. Elena nods. Good. Jordan hesitates. Can I ask you something? Go ahead. Why'd you come back? After everything. After the military. After hiding. You could have gone anywhere. Done anything. She pauses. Why here? Elena looks at the horizon. Thinks. The question deserves a real answer. Because I wasn't done, she says finally. I thought I was. Thought I could walk away and become someone else entirely. But that's not how it works. How does it work? You don't erase who you were. You integrate it. The good and the bad. The skills and the scars. Elena sips her coffee. I tried to hide, but hiding isn't healing. It's just delay. Jordan nods slowly, processing. Do you regret it, the military? I regret what it cost, but not what it taught me. Elena looks at her. Every life I save here, I save because of what I learned there. That's not nothing. Jordan smiles. That's a good answer. It's an honest one. They sit in comfortable silence, watching the morning unfold. Hospital staff arriving, shifts changing, lights continuing. Jordan stands. I should get to rounds. Don't be late. Never. She starts to walk away. Stops. Dr. Marsh? Yeah. I'm glad you stayed. Elena almost smiles. Me too. Jordan leaves. Elena stays, finishes her coffee. The courtyard's peaceful. Birds, breeze, the distant sound of traffic. She pulls out her phone, opens her messages. One new text, from Ortiz. Sarah Mitchell's being discharged today. She asked about you. Thought you'd want to know. Elena stares at the message. Sarah, the hostage, the senator's daughter, the one who almost died in her hands. She's alive. Elena types back. Tell her I'm glad she made it. 3 dots appear. Then, she wants to meet you. Says she owes you her life. Elena thinks, then types. She doesn't owe me anything, but I'll meet her if she wants. I'll set it up. Elena pockets her phone, stands, walks back inside. The trauma bay's already active. Morning rush. A laceration. A possible fracture. Nothing critical yet. Dr. Patel's running to board. He sees Elena. Nods. Morning, boss. Morning. How's it looking? Quiet, for now. He hands her a chart. Possible appendicitis in Bay 2, waiting on labs. Elena takes it. Reviews. Ultrasound? Ordered. Good. She hands it back. Let me know if you need backup. Will do. She moves through the bay, observing, correcting, teaching. The residents respond to her now. Respect her. Not because she demands it, because she's earned it. Kim's at the nurse's station. She sees Elena, smiles. You look good. I look tired. No. You look settled. Kim leans closer. Like you finally stopped running. Elena considers. Maybe I did. About time. At noon a call comes in. Mass casualty event. Bus accident. Multiple injuries. All hands needed. Elena's in the bay when the first patient arrives. Teenager. Head trauma. Unconscious. GCS 8. She's beside him in seconds. Assessing. Airway. Breathing. Circulation. Get me a CT. Possible intracranial bleed. Residents move. Fast. Coordinated. Following her lead. More patients arrive. Elena triages. Directs. Her voice is calm, clear, authoritative. Patel's handling a femur fracture. Brennan's managing a pneumothorax. They're good. Well-trained. She taught them well. 3 hours later, the chaos settles. All patients stabilized. None lost. Elena strips off her gloves. Sits. The adrenaline's fading, leaving exhaustion in its wake. Voss appears. Nice work. Team effort. Led by you. Voss sits beside her. You've changed this program. These residents are better because of you. They were always capable. They just needed guidance. Which you provided? Voss pauses. I got a call from the AMA. They want you to speak at their annual conference about trauma training, combat medicine integration. Elena's quiet. That's a lot of attention. You've earned it. I didn't do this for recognition. I know, but sometimes recognition finds you anyway. Voss stands. Think about it. No pressure. She leaves. Elena sits, thinking. A year ago, she was cleaning tables, hiding, running from the past. Now she's teaching, leading, building something. It's strange, uncomfortable, but right. Her phone buzzes, a text from an unknown number. "This is Sarah Mitchell. Ortiz gave me your number. I know you're busy, but I'd really like to meet you, to say thank you. Please." Elena stares at the message. Her thumb hovers over the keyboard. Then she types, "Morrison's Coffee, tomorrow, 8 a.m. The response is immediate. "I'll be there. Thank you." Elena pockets her phone, stands, back to work. That evening, she's in her apartment. It's different now. Not bare, not temporary. A chair, a table, a bookshelf, photos on the wall. The trauma team, the training group, and the old photo. 5 soldiers. Collins smiling. She looks at them. All of them. Her past, her present, her future. They coexist now, balanced. She opens her locker at home. The carabiner's still there. Worn, faded. She takes it off her keys, holds it, remembers. Then she puts it in a small box on the shelf. Not hidden, just resting. She doesn't need to carry it everywhere anymore. The next morning, Morrison's Coffee. Elena arrives early, orders her usual, black, no sugar. Sarah walks in at 8 exactly. She's young, blonde, walking with a slight limp, but alive, vibrant. She sees Elena, her eyes well up. "Dr. Marsh." Elena stands. Just Elena. Sarah hugs her, tight. Elena stiffens, then softens, returns it. "You saved my life," Sarah whispers. "You fought hard. You saved yourself. You didn't give up on me." Elena pulls back, looks at her. "I don't give up. It's not in my nature." They sit, talk. Sarah tells her about recovery, physical therapy, nightmares, therapy. Elena listens, understands, shares pieces of her own story. Not all of it, but enough. "What you do matters," Sarah says. "You know that, right?" Elena's quiet. "I'm starting to." They talk for an hour, then Sarah has to leave. Physical therapy appointment. She stands, hesitates. "Can I ask you something?" "Sure. Do you ever regret it? Going into that building?" Elena thinks. "No, I regret a lot of things, but not that." Sarah smiles. "Good, because I don't regret being alive." She leaves. Elena sits, finishes her coffee, thinks about regret, about choices, about the weight we carry and the weight we let go. She pulls out her phone, opens her photos, adds one more. Sarah, smiling, alive. Another life saved, another reason to stay. Elena stands, walks back to the hospital, to her office, to her students, to her life. The one she almost ran from, the one she's finally embracing. Behind her, the morning sun rises higher, warm, bright, full of possibility. She doesn't look back anymore, just forward. One step at a time, one life at a time. And for the first time in years, that's enough. The end comes not with fanfare, not with celebration, just quiet acceptance. Elena Marsh, staff sergeant, Silver Star recipient, trauma surgeon, teacher, all of it, none of it, everything in between. She's not hiding anymore. She's not running. She's here, present, whole. And that's the greatest victory of all.